welcome to yet another episode of Talk with Ifeoma Basi. Trust me, it's been amazing with every episode coming with its own level of fire. On the last episode, we talked about causes and symptoms of identity crisis, with our guest sharing his experiences moving back to Nigeria from Kenya and how it affected his identity. But today, we'll be talking about ways to cope, ways to overcome, and ways to handle identity crisis. I mean, once in a lifetime, you would definitely face identity crisis. But how would you overcome it? What would you do? So the first thing to do is grounding yourself in your core values. So the question is, what are your core values? Now you need to go back to your values, your book, and identify what your core values are. Is it honesty, kindness? Maybe you're a Christian. Just find out what your core values are and try to redefine your life, on the basis of the core values, of your core values rather. And the second thing to do is to embrace your emotions. Feel your emotions. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. When these emotions come, you feel down. You're trying to, convince yourself that you're not feeling those emotions. Embrace your emotions. Become one with your emotions. Allow yourself feel these emotions. And one of the things I do is I try journaling. Try to write about the things that are bothering you. Write about them. It helps us process thoughts. It helps you process your thoughts. People may not understand what you're going through. People may not understand what you're feeling. But journaling, you understand yourself better than anyone will. So writing it down in your own space. Nobody's gonna judge you. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody would know what you're writing. So journaling will help you ease your mind. Or don't try to deceive yourself or your emotions. Embrace what you're feeling. Be aware of those emotions. Give room for it. It's a normal thing to feel that way. You're not the first. Another thing to do is create a mental fitness plan, because identity crisis, it affects your mental health a lot. It plays with your mental health. So you need to create a fitness plan, a mental fitness plan. Therapy, taking care of yourself first. One of the things that helped me, take care of my mental health was putting myself first. That doesn't mean I'm selfish or I don't care about other people, but there are some major decisions. Before now, I used to do what other people wanted me to do, not what I wanted to do, and that messed my mental health up. But now I go for what I want. What will make me happy? What do I want to do? So you ask yourself those questions. What would you do that would make you happy? Do you, don't do another person, don't please people. Go for the course you want. Go for the vacation you've been craving for. Just do those things that will make you happy. It's your life and not anyone's life. So you create a mental fitness plan. Do therapies, things that will just help to put your mental health in check. So I've talked about grounding yourself in your core values, and I've also talked about being aware of your emotions, embracing your emotions, and I've also talked about getting a mental fitness plan. So the next thing is getting yourself a coach. Please get yourself a coach, a therapist, someone you can talk to. I don't know why Nigerians, we don't like paying for a service of a therapist or for a psychologist. I don't know why, but please engage their services. You can't deal with stuff like this alone. For them, they study this in school, so it's their profession, it's their field. They can help you more than anyone. You might try talking to your mom, she may not understand. Your dad, he may not understand. Friends, they may not understand. Yes, they love you, but they may not understand. But find somebody. It's for therapists that we don't like paying. It's their job. It's who they are. They will give you the help you seek. They will give you the solution, and you don't even have to pay so much. It's just little amount of money to get yourself back. Because the thing is, if you don't get yourself back when it's your identity crisis, it's going to lead to depression. Depression can lead to suicidal thoughts, and you don't want to get to that point. So now that you can still handle it, get the services of a coach or a therapist or psychologist, whatever. And the last point is be optimistic, be hopeful. I know, yes, let's say for example, you just lost your job, you've been a lawyer for like 20 years, so that is who you are. Or you just broke up from a relationship, or you just lost your job as a banker, or you just lost that thing you've been doing for 5 years, 2 years, 3 years that you built your identity around. Be optimistic. That is not the end of the world for you. I know it's difficult having done something for a long time, so people identify you as she is a banker. That is your identity as a banker. She is a lawyer, she's a student. So for the students at home, people know you as a student. Right now, I don't even know if you're a student, especially for us that in our final year. Right now, I don't know if I'm a graduate or not graduate. I'm just in between. I don't even know what my identity is again at this point based on school. But so I really understand what it can be like. But you need to understand that you lost something as not the end of the world. Sometimes it is, you know, an opportunity for you to become better or do that thing you've always wanted to do. So let's say you lost your job, right? And you've been wanting to write that book, you've been wanting to become an author, probably a musician or a dancer. There's just this thing you've always wanted to pursue. It could be the universe telling you that, okay, it's time for you to do this thing. It's time for you to actually do the thing you wanted to do. Let's say you just broke up from your relationship, a toxic one probably, and you know, it's quite difficult getting into a relationship these days. I mean, nobody really wants a relationship. Everybody just wants to do catch cruise and go. Sometimes it's the universe telling you that, okay, hey, it's time to be a healthier relationship. It's time to meet someone better. You never can tell if you don't leave the old relationship that you built yourself around. You will never be able to meet the Prince Charming that will change your life, or the queen or princess that will make your life more glorious and better. So whenever these challenges come that threaten your identity, don't get scared. Don't get scared. Always be optimistic about what the future holds. Be hopeful. Be positive. Don't be a negative person. Like, don't do that. Be positive. Be hopeful that everything is going to come up for your good. And one thing I know is the difficult experiences we have are the ones that teach us the most lessons. The difficult experiences, they teach us the most lessons. So see them as a process, especially if you go through something like losing a loved one, a parent. For me, it hasn't been so easy growing up with a single parent, so I know it's very difficult. Let's say you've known your parents, you've stayed with them as a young person, all of a sudden they get divorced and you now have to answer the tag, child of a divorcee. It's really not such a nice thing, coupled with the challenges that come with it. I know it can mess someone's mental health up. So I just want to encourage you, be hopeful. Identity crisis is a phase. It's a phase that can happen to anybody. It can happen anytime. Adolescents, just when you're 25, midlife, even when people are old, it comes up anytime. And if you're going through identity crisis, trust me, you are not alone. There are a whole lot of people going through identity crisis. So like I said, seek help. Find a coach, find a therapist, and you can also join communities. There's so many communities that deal with stuff like that. Find a community, join a community where you can share your issues, your thoughts with them. So this is where we join the curtain on today's episode of Talk with Ifeoma Bassey. And on the next episode, we're having a guest that will be sharing his experiences, how he was able to deal and overcome with identity crisis. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please subscribe, like this video, share and comment on this video. See you on the next episode.